Hi, Gemma here from FitBody Formula, and today I want to talk to you about the Mediterranean diet, its benefits and how easy it is to get started. When we hear the word diet, we often think of something born of restriction that helps us lose weight, but the Mediterranean diet couldn't be further from that. In fact, it is more of a heart-healthy eating pattern that includes the food staples of people who live in countries around the Mediterranean Sea, such as Italy, Greece and Croatia, and it emphasises a plant-based eating approach loaded with foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, as well as some healthy fats like olive oil and fish. It also includes less dairy and meat than a typical Western diet, and by eating this way means you have little room left in your diet for processed foods. And numerous studies have now also shown that the Mediterranean diet can help with weight loss and help prevent heart attacks, strokes, type 2 diabetes and premature death, and many doctors and dietitians now recommend a Mediterranean diet. Having an Italian mother means that from as far back as I can remember, I've eaten predominantly Italian food and followed the Mediterranean diet without even thinking about it, because as a child there was never any other kind of food on the table. Apart from Lancashire hot pot, because my dad did love that, right? Okay, so I can always remember the smell of my mum's pasta sauce drifting through the house on a Sunday morning, bubbling away, getting ready for the big Sunday lunch, and even had friends that would follow their noses in on the days when they could smell all the flavours wafting out onto the streets. And yes, if they wandered in at the right time, they were inevitably invited in for a plate of mama's pasta. So let's take a look at what food you should be eating on the Mediterranean diet and what food you should be avoiding. See, as I mentioned before, you should be focusing on lots of fresh whole foods like vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes, potatoes, whole grains, breads, herbs, spices, fish, seafood and extra virgin olive oil. Big list, right? You can also include some poultry, eggs, cheese and yogurt, but in moderation, and only try to eat red meat on occasion. Plus you should be avoiding anything with added sugar, so fizzy drinks, sweets, ice creams and sugar should be eliminated as much as possible. Another thing to avoid are foods made from refined grains. So I always wonder, what exactly are refined grains? Well, in contrast to whole grains, refined grains refer to grain products consisting of grains or grain flours that have been significantly modified from their natural composition. So you're looking at things like white flour, therefore white bread, white rice and pasta are all classed as refined grains. So try to switch over to whole grain or whole wheat bread, rices and pastas where you can. Also avoid trans fat like the ones found in margarine and various processed foods, as well as refined oils, processed meat and anything highly processed, so basically anything labelled low fat or diet, or foods which look like they were made in a factory, right? So you can see the Mediterranean diet puts a higher focus on plant foods than many other diets, and it's not uncommon for vegetables, whole grains and legumes to make up most or all of your meal. So if you're following this diet, you should be looking to cook these foods using healthy fats as well. So use things like olive oil or coconut oil and add plenty of flavourful herbs and spices. So now, onto what you should drink on the Mediterranean diet. Well, water, still and sparkling, are very common and healthy choices too, as well as the odd glass of red wine as well. Coffee and tea are also good to include, but you should keep these as simple as possible, like a cappuccino or a black coffee or herbal tea, rather than a highly sweetened drink with cream on top, otherwise called in this household dessert in a cup. Now, coming up, I'm going to take a look at some of the health benefits of eating a Mediterranean diet. And if you're getting value from the video, then smash the like button and subscribe to the channel to catch the next one. So here are just some of the health benefits of a Mediterranean diet. Firstly, evidence suggests that a Mediterranean diet may reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. A study that featured in the New England Journal of Medicine compared 2 Mediterranean diets with a control diet for almost 5 years, and the research suggested that the Mediterranean diet reduced the risk of cardiovascular issues, including stroke, heart attack and death by about 30%. Compared with the actual control group, and it's also been credited with a lower likelihood of certain cancers like breast cancer, as well as conditions like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease, with emerging evidence suggesting that eating this way may offer protective effects for those with or who are at risk from type 2 diabetes. And the Mediterranean diet may also be helpful for those who are trying to lose weight. You see, one review published in April 2016 in the American Journal of Medicine looked at 5 trials on overweight and obese people and found that after 1 year, those who followed a Mediterranean diet lost as much as 11 pounds more than low-fat eaters. However, it should be said that at the same time in that same study, they found similar weight loss in other diets, such as various low-carb diets. And if you want to find out more about low-carb diets, then just check out my video that's popping up just here. Now, although there is no real perfect diet for sustained weight loss, following a Mediterranean diet can be an incredibly well-rounded way to lose weight that doesn't require calorie or macronutrient counting. And with the emphasis on healthy fat too, it's really satisfying as well. So let's look at my top 10 reasons why you should try the Mediterranean diet. Number 1, no calorie counting. Instead of adding up numbers, you swap out bad fats for good ones, eat more fish and poultry and less red meat, and enjoy fresh fruit, veg and legumes, and avoid any processed sugary foods. Number 2, you get to eat really fresh foods that's simple and easy to prepare and tastes really good too, and who wouldn't like that, right? Number 3, you can eat bread, pasta and rice. Of course, aim for these foods to be made with whole grains rather than refined. Number 4, there is so much choice on the foods you can eat, you would be hard pushed to find someone who couldn't eat at least some of the diet, meaning it's good for the whole family, and it's more than just Greek and Italian cuisine. Search for recipes from Spain, Turkey, Morocco and other countries to help keep things interesting. Number 5, I've already kind of touched on this one, but seriously, the food tastes amazing. Along with lots of herbs and spices, including basil and bay leaves, coriander, rosemary, garlic, pepper and cinnamon, and with so much added flavour, you won't need to reach for the salt shaker half as much. Number 6, it's easy to prepare. Although you will need to spend a little bit more time in the kitchen, as everything should be made from scratch, but batch cooking is a great time saver here. And if you'd like to see a video on maybe some best practices for food prep, just pop that in the comments section and I'll look at getting one done for you. Number 7, you can have wine. A glass with meals is common in many Mediterranean countries where dining is often more leisurely and social. And some studies have actually suggested that for some people, up to 1 glass of wine a day for women and 2 for men may be good for your heart, obviously with red wine being more healthier than the white versions. Number 8, you won't be hungry with lots of healthy snacks available to you. You could try like a small serving of nuts, you get some whole fruits, or a small serving of yogurt. Maybe try hummus with celery or carrots or other vegetables, or avocado on whole grain toast. And with the whole foods, you will feel fuller for longer as well. And number 9 is that your heart will thank you for all the healthy whole food. And finally, number 10, you could lose some weight too. Now, to make it easy for you to get started, I've put a download in the description that gives you a sample 7-day meal plan to get you on your way with your Mediterranean diet, and I hope that you like it. And let me know in the comments section below about any recipes that you try out that others could use on this diet too. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to hanging out with you again real soon.